thing. Like you can't really look at it when you haven't read it. It's just like it's weird, but now you can put the arcs together and stuff. It's just so cool.
All
Like
right.
this is Proteus, that's Dark Phoenix. You know that John Byrne debut, somewhere over there. It's just
One Piece, chapter 883, Merienda. Um, Still there, Kevin?
Yes.
You see on this cover page, Ideo and Blue Gilly and G or Abdullah.
It's Abdullah.
Who are they fighting? Are they fighting the Shanks crew? Or?
No, it seems like there was unrest in the crew. Like they had some kind of clash with each other.
Civil War. But this chapter stays in one spot. It's so simple. It's a continuation of the fight with Katakuri and Luffy in the middle world. Katakuri throws a couple of attacks at Luffy. He's like Luffy's in trouble, and basically he has Luffy on the rope and he interrupts the fight because he has a tradition that Luffy's distracting him from. It's his merienda, or I think it's Italian for snack time. Uh, he sort of pins Luffy down, runs over to a castle, and the chef.
The mochi overload thing.
Yeah. He does a mochi awakening, and he creates a little house where he's supposed to be left alone every day at that time to like eat his food. The chefs are talking about how great and unstoppable and intimidating Katakuri is, and then Luffy sort of breaks free, senses him with a little bit of observation, and then runs over to discover that Katakuri is laying sort of lazily and like singing songs about eating donuts and like scarfing food and like shoving food in his face in
Hilarious.
sort of embarrassing, candid way. Sort of goofball situation. He has some shark teeth and he's chowing down, and then he gets really embarrassed and he saw him, starts killing the chefs with the trident. He gets off that he discovered his secret, but he's not as perfect and cool and badass all the time as everyone makes him out to be. He and Luffy clash a little bit with some hockey and some conquers hockey, it looks like too. And Luffy manages to dodge some of the attacks and get off a counter attack, kicks him in the chin, and realizes, oh, I just finally got a blow in. He's like, I know the secret to your technique. I think I can handle you now. Finally whips out the gear fourth. Yeah, finally moves up to gear fourth, hits him with the King Kong gun, and that's how the chapter ends. What did you think of it, Kevin?
It's a great chapter. Finally, a blind spot. It's his face area, like below the chin. Clearly, that's what it seems like. Because it might also that when he's using armor hockey, he can't use his ability, his like extensive observation. It's more so that he has a blind spot under his chin because he's so insecure about like his face. I guess his mouth area. That's what it looks like. He doesn't want people. Besides him like laying down, it seems like he's insecure about his mouth. The whole weakness for him. I don't think it's gonna make that big of a difference. This movie is just gonna get more hits in, but and think that Katakuri is still holding back a lot. Not holding, but he's holding back a decent amount. I don't think this is that big of a change. But it was very interesting to see that Katakuri is not just that regular super stoic guy who looks really really cool. Interesting because I always wanted to know what the heck was under our thing he had on his face. I always thought he would have sharp teeth because I've seen a couple of her other kids with sharp teeth, so I wasn't surprised. But the stitching on his mouth, maybe there was an accident when he was younger, or maybe he was born with one of those birth defects a lot of the other One Piece characters have, so he just looks weird. But I just found that interesting. I really liked it. It was very funny.
Yeah, it was a point of
That's all I
controversy.
really got to say about it.
What did you?
I mean,
what did you think?
how are you? Listen. Kaguri is cool. Like, oh, he's cool or whatever and whatnot, and he cares about the family and whatnot. But it's like you're kind of out of place in this series. You don't really have a quirk to you. You're just a cool guy. I call it the Jotaro effect. Right? You're just a cool dude, but the difference is I don't like Jotaro. I don't like Jotaro because he's very boring. I actually really hate him.
Cool, man.
But
I mean, he's the most popular JoJo in the history of the series.
Okay,
in terms of fans.
But that's beside
in terms of fans, that's not really true.
That actually is true. But
until the anime, he's popular. But and even after that, it still goes on.
Listen, part 3 had the worst scans, but that's beside the point.
Part 3? I think it's
part 3 had terrible scans.
Part 5 had worse scans.
Part 3 had terrible scans.
Not the ones I read. But color games.
Yeah, if you don't like it, fine. That's on you.
Yeah, a lot of people.
You're just used to a bunch of corny, edgy ass characters.
No,
that's
people had mixed
feelings.
feelings. People had mixed feelings because he was established one way, and then this is kind of left turn. What did you think of him, Gavin? What did you think of it, Bossy? What did you think of it, Taker? Okay, interesting insights. Yeah, I had mixed feelings about it, but it is what it is. The other thing, this is kind of foreshadowing that I don't know if Katakuri is holding back or not, but if Luffy can confidently go in Gear Force now, and a lot of people are saying the weakness might be that he can only use one hockey type at a time or something. When he does armaments, he can't use.
Yeah, it looks like that because even when he was using armament to hit Luffy,
I don't think it's that he can't use both at the same time.
It could be like
one suffers when he focuses on the other one.
Yeah, it could also be like could have that same issue that what's the name had Biscuit guy.
Cracker,
yeah, where he has to like eat every day to restore his stamina or something like that. Because I mean, apparently he has to do this snack time thing every single day. At that time,
he said something about during the chapter. He said something like, "Oh, snack time is 40 minutes late," meaning to me that he had been fighting Luffy for 40 straight minutes, just straight up.
Yeah.
So he's exhausted.
No, because he's been waiting on the ship too.
Mm-hmm.
It depends. I'll need a timestamp when Sanji and putting her down with that chocolate cake because that'll kind of give me a. But he's been fighting Luffy for a decent amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, it could also just be that he can't focus and kind of like cover his face up or something. I don't know. We're gonna have to see what the deal is. What Luffy noticed. What did you think of the chapter overall?
I thought the chapter. I initially didn't really think the chapter was that good, but after rereading it, I thought it was really good.
What was your original? What was your issue with it, like initially?
I didn't really understand like how Luffy was able to suddenly kind of figure out Katakuri's weakness, and it also seemed like Katakuri lost his cool. Not like appearance wise, but like he was starting to get more cocky and more aggravated with the situation.
Yeah,
it just didn't feel like his character. But I guess I understand now because he hasn't had a chance to actually relax or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of like Buggy. All of a sudden,
Buggy?
Yeah, you know how like when Buggy gets mad when people insult his nose, he just starts like attacking everyone and killing his own guys, and like he's really insecure about his nose.
It's like Buggy was weak.
Yeah.
That's the point. Buggy was weak.
Not for the East Blue.
Not to what?
Not for the East Blue. It was he was destroying all those fodder guys. He stole that whole.
I never said he was fodder, but he was weak.
overall, in that part of the scene, was intimidating people. But and also, I mean, it does. Whether it's cool or not, it does give Katakuri kind of like a mental weakness that he didn't have before, right? It makes him emotionally weak. He can be like disturbed in that way. So
Oda really wanted to. He could make pretty much the situations with pretty much all of Big Mom's children, the dark, kind of twisted family thing that they have going on, because they're all really like afraid of her, and they all hide things from her, and it's just really unhealthy.
Yeah, someone was saying, I think it was Shakir said that the theme of this art has been like don't judge a book by its cover, like things seeming on the surface not like they are. Like with Pudding, she seemed one way and then she was completely different. Katakuri seemed one way and then different. People expected Big Mom to be a certain way and then she was really different. So I think that was like a reoccurring intentional thing in the art where you get one surface level image of like the character and then they flip it completely and it's really the opposite in private, I guess. So I guess Katakuri is no exception to that. So it's consistent, but I understand why people.
Katakuri, like I said, I really when it happened, it was funny. God, what? I was like, people were mad surprised. Like, what? He's acting like this? Yeah. Like everybody
like
ends up being quirky.
No, I mean not like I kind of doing stuff. Did you like Katakuri that much? I think it's an issue for people who really like this character. I think part of it is
he was. I think it's not.
Go ahead.
It's not surprising because it's not surprising because it's happening in this arc, but I think it was more so surprising.
What? Did he drop out or something?
I don't know.
I think it was more surprising that it happened so soon because I didn't think it was gonna happen this chapter. I thought it was gonna be like Luffy knocks his scarf off or something.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, it is happening conveniently in the middle of a fight, which I think.
No, I think it's better this way because you have to understand that if Luffy was able to touch him when he was getting Millie Rock before, and now you have him being exposed and he's kind of shocked a little bit, to be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, people finally know like my whole secret. So it makes much more sense than Luffy knocking off his scarf. Kind of in a situation where it's like, I don't want to say shock, but it's like he's insecurity exposed.
He's using Conqueror's Haki mixed with armament, so right? Like Luffy and both use that because they have the smarts, like just like Don Shinjao, like when they clash.
I still think it's too early to say.
Yeah, I think it's being hinted, but there's no confirmation.
I do think from now on, like the fight's gonna be more intense, probably because at this point, Katakuri is just like
he wants to kill him. Yeah.
Like at first he was just kind of playing with Luffy, kind of toying with him.
Yeah.
Now he's like I have to get this over with as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I think he wasn't trying to fighting to kill Luffy before. Like he was just trying to get Luffy to stop fighting back. But now since he went into this like rage and he doesn't want anyone to know his secret, like he wants to eliminate anyone who saw him, including his own crew members. So he really is gonna try and eliminate Luffy, and if anything, he's gonna go all out now. Like he's gonna be serious, which means that weakness has to be like a really big weakness for Luffy to be able to beat Katakuri going at like 100%. Because now he's about to fight way more seriously since he's trying to like Luffy, and Luffy's all of a sudden getting hits off on him. So it has to be like.
I mean, we also do have to remember that Luffy has not used Gear Force in this entire fight because he was afraid that Katakuri was gonna copy it, or he was also afraid that he didn't have a legitimate way to beat Katakuri, so he wasn't gonna expose his ace in the hole.
He has a weakness, but so now that pretty much means if the next chapter is this fight is about to end because after he
this fight is ending in this chapter.
Yeah, after he uses Gear Force, that's all he can do. Like he's helpless after that. So, We're gonna see what it is. I hope it's good. I just hope it makes sense. Whatever it is, it's not just kind of random. Do you think we're gonna get a flashback like we did with Big Mom?
It's been 20 years, man. Come on.
All right. Let's do chapter ratings, MVP, favorite panel, and what do you want to see next week? Kevin.
Favorite panel was the Donuts channel.
No,
Donuts
it's not working.
panel.
Really?
It was hilarious. And then chapter rating. I mean, come on, 9 out of 10. Come on, we're progressing. Did Luffy figuring it out? Or...
I mean, Luffy and Katakuri kind of switch personalities.
How?
What did you say?
Luffy and Katakuri switch personalities.
I don't think Katakuri really changed personalities at all this chapter.
Yeah, he didn't. He's the same guy.
He just, I mean, you could say he kind of got more serious.
No, I mean the goofiness. Singing a song while he's eating.
Oh.
That's straight out of Luffy's play. That's how Luffy acts normally in the shit.
So a person can't happily eat after hiding the entire day and being starved, right?
Come on, man. Let him have,
that's what I do.
Let him have the donuts.
That nigga just want to eat the damn donuts, nigga.
Hey man, you ain't gotta sing and lie down while you're doing it. I called it last chapter though. Everyone's saying like, nah, this bullshit. When I saying he's that, his like hype wasn't real. Like it was exaggeration. That like
I didn't say it was not bullshit. I said I could see it being true.
Yeah, I was like, nah. It's the way it was written, it just seemed like kind of a joke. That like he was born, he was a baby, he never sat down, like not even once and stuff. It just seemed like a joke. Now we see him lying down. It was kind of. But all right, who the MVP got?
Who's the MVP?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Luffy. Mr. Monkey D. Luffy, man.
Where's Brule?
He figured out the week.
Where wasn't Brule watching the fight? Like why would she disappear?
No. She disappeared before that. If I remember correctly, she was out of it before that. So she didn't see. She was watching the fight, but before I think he told her to go somewhere or something. I can't remember, but she wasn't there because he did something with the mirrors like mid chapter when he did the thing when he did the Mochi Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
So I know she wasn't there, but I know everybody that was on the ground was still around. But when it comes to her herself, she was not there.
All right, Tico, what was your favorite? Who's the MVP? What was your favorite panel? What was your chapter reading? What do you want to see next week?
MVP was obviously Katakuri. Favorite panel was it's kind of a tie between the one where it has Katakuri with his hand out and he's like, why would I let you power up when I like why would I let you power up whatever, and the one where we finally sees his teeth and like without him putting food in his mouth. And he's like, you saw me eating. He looked.
Oh,
he looked demonic. I really like that.
That was scary.
And, I don't really have a chapter rating. I just thought it was a great chapter.
What do you expect or want to see next week?
I expect to see more of the fight. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oda really to cut away.
I mean, he might bounce around. Next chapter comes out.
The chapter at least is the fight.
All right. I think that's the One Piece chapter 883. Controversial chapter. Next chapter, the finale of the fight is going to be even more controversial. A lot of people are undecided whether or not they think Katakuri can be beaten since Luffy couldn't beat Cracker on his own supposedly. What his strategy is.
Wait, stop. Cracker and Katakuri are two different entities.
Yeah, but they're both above Luffy.
It's a matchup thing. With Cracker, I don't know. Cracker has low tier durability.
I mean,
low tier durability.
If Luffy beats 2 out of the 3 Sweet Commanders, it's, I don't know. Sweet Commanders.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, good.
Hey, and they lose, nigga. I still don't think he's gonna win. Something dramatic's gonna happen.
He's gonna
Like
do
if he does win, there's gonna be some dramatic ass shit to happen to win.
He's gonna at least push him back with this new strategy.
I'm pretty sure they can fight. They can fight pretty close on when it comes to it.
Normally, nah.
Gear 4.
Katakuri was beating his ass.
I said Gear 4. Yes, in his Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd form.
Katakuri can just ideally like counter it though. So we're gonna see.
Really?
Can he? Can he just copy?
I don't think so.
I mean, we'll see. I really want to see what that strategy is. I'm glad we don't have to wait 2 weeks and see it because it's not very clear what the hell Luffy figured out. But
What did you think of the kick he took to the face?
it was well drawn.
Well drawn. Like, I'm talking about when Katakuri took that kick. Why did he take it? Why did he get hit?
Luffy caught him off guard.
But he could have dodged it if he wanted to. Like Luffy was even surprised
because that's his blind spot.
Luffy caught him off guard.
How's it?
He caught him off guard, and it's his blind. It is his blind spot.
It's his jaw. He could just dodge, move his jaw or something.
Yeah, but something happened.
Yes, there's a reason he couldn't dodge it, nigga. Regular. Remember he dodged all the other attacks.
I mean, he already is it because he didn't recover from getting noticed in his chin?
It's unclear. That's the point.
I think his chin as a whole is a blind spot.
That's weird.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was weird to me.
All right, when
Jesus. When what?
I was gonna say that scene when Luffy's like his hands heat up. Like, what was that about?
What happened?
His hands heat up, and he was like his hands got like burned or something. They're like damaged.
In the hockey?
Was it just from counting? Was it just from
He hit
counting?
him really hard. It was throbbing.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, when they clashed.
He was taking a bunch of hits before. Remember, he was getting whooped on for like 20 straight minutes.
At first, I thought it was like
bruised.
he turned his hand into Mochi, but
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, they are throbbing. I see. So yeah, Katakuri is technically stronger. Like his punches were stronger, but for some reason Luffy could counter him.
Counter what?
His attack, like they punch each other and they clash and it hurt Luffy really bad. But then Luffy somehow can just move fast enough and just kick him.
He used his feet.
He used his feet.
Yeah. Maybe
he was dodging him. Remember, he was dodging him before that. The only reason he was getting hit in the first place in the beginning was because he was protecting the mirror, and then he took a bunch of hits from that. Then after that, the chapter after that, he was dodging everything. Katakuri was like, "Oh, this nigga's fucking dodging everything." Remember? Are people forgetting that?
He wasn't just getting hit because he was trying to protect the mirror.
That's the first 5 chapters of that fight. Not first 5 chapters. The first 5 panels of that fight, he was protecting the mirror. Remember? Before he put it in his mouth.
When Katakuri? Remember we had that panel of Katakuri kicking him in the face.
Yeah, when he was protecting when he was protecting the mirrors.
I don't remember him protecting the mirrors or not.
Before he put the mirrors in his mouth.
No. I'm not talking about that chapter. I'm talking about the first time we got to see them fight, and it ended off with them hitting each other with elephant gun.
They were just trading attacks.
Oh, what Soib said is right though about him using a combination.
They only traded attacks for one hit, for one attack, but Katakuri literally blitzed him.
Yeah, all of his strikes.
I have to go look, but
he does.
It just seemed like he was getting adjusted. It just seemed like he was getting adjusted to his fighting.
But Katakuri does do. He does an upgraded arm and hockey attack in this song. That's what I heard.
I think that's exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah, because his armors are stronger.
He does something else, like a combination, conquers hockey with armaments. He says there's something beyond armament hockey.
Well, that's just the translation.
What did they say in Zombie?
I think he just said my haki is stronger than yours.
I think both of them are implying that he's using some kind of stronger version of it. So I'm gonna assume he's using a stronger version. So.
When Luffy fought Doflamingo and they clashed, she talking emanations. That one legendary panel where Dofi was about to stomp Law, and Luffy caught him under with his hockey, and then there was a little clash, the little emissions of. I don't think his Conqueror's hockey knocked him in stronger. That's all it is.
No, I think it's something else.
He just has stronger armors. I don't think it's you're reading into it way too much.
I think it's implying there's an upgraded version, but we'll see. We'll see next week. That was the chapter. Rate, comment, subscribe. Comment, like
Mexican bitches.
boy.
But keep going.